Now, the Western Cape tried all means at its disposal to interdict the EFF from holding the national shutdown in the province, but the court granted the Red Berets the green light to proceed. Cape Town Mayor Gordon Hill-Lewis and Safety and Security MEC JP Smith are patrolling potential hotspot areas to check if they're secure. Senior reporter Ayesha Ismail is there with the very latest for us. Good morning, Ayesha. How's the situation this morning?
Good morning. So I'm at the Disaster Risk Management Centre here in Goodwood, where a lot of operators are looking at the screens. And as you say, the Mayor as well as JP Smith were out and about this morning patrolling potential hotspots. Also, just remember that while we're hearing reports that it's business as usual, a lot of people actually put in leave for today because of the public holiday tomorrow. And of course, it is a school holiday in the Western Cape, so things are really quiet. But I'm now joined by JP Smith from the City of Cape Town Safety and Security. Mr. Smith, again, we're hearing reports that it's business as usual, although we did hear reports earlier this morning about tyres being burnt and stones being thrown.
I think it's comparatively quiet. We had incidents yesterday from 9 p.m. until 3 a.m. this morning. It was clear that people were trying to get the protest action going. There was an attempt on Woodstock Main Road. About 100 people assembled and started to march in the direction of Mowbray. They were dispersed. SAPs used tear gas canisters. There was an attempt to blockade the airport access road, which was intervened, and they equally dispersed, withdrew into the Nyanga area. There was an attempt last night to exercise intimidation. 10 EFF members went around Parklands and Tableview demanding that the filling stations close. The private security detected it. Police responded. One of the members was arrested. The other 9 fled and hid out in a security complex, so we weren't able to find them. But after 3 or 4 this morning, it's been quiet till now, with the exception of a few tyres that were set alight on Malibongwe Road next to Dunoon, and 2 separate stone-throwing incidents, one at the intersection of Voortrekker and Barula Drive in Kraaifontein, and one with 2 buses being stoned at the intersection of Klipfontein and Bolchards Quarry. And resources were deployed to both of those incidents. Medical assistance were given. There was minor injuries to the driver and one of the passengers. But that's so far what has happened. We did an inspection of the various deployment points around the city. We have operational resources distributed at key intersections. So for the purpose of rapid response, our tactical response units and other staff, to make sure that we're able to rapidly get to any attempt to blockade roads or interfere with businesses, factories, informal traders, or anybody else. We're not seeing much of that or any activity. There are a few EFF vehicles of interest that have been moving around that we've been monitoring using the CCTV network of the city and otherwise. And we've got a extremely good relationship with the neighbourhood watchers and private security companies who are reporting ongoing. We have very shared platforms with them where they are reporting incidents and helping us to respond to such, as well as the neighbourhood watchers, some of who are upstairs here in the control room and the overflow facility. So the joint and integrated response between city, the private sector, the communities, the South African police is extremely effective at this stage. We also went to look at the mustering point for the EFF march that was given permission for, but no members had assembled there, so we'll see whether the rain impacts on their march and whether in fact that happens at all.
Now, you made reference to CCTV cameras, and I'm just looking at the screens behind us. Are you able to pick up any incidents on these screens?
Yes, and by and large the public are reporting to us very rapidly as well, but the cameras are monitored across the road at the TMC facility, and any incidents that are detected are patched through here. So that we can see. The Malibongwe incident, for instance, was readily detectable on one of the cameras, and there we could very quickly then get a fire engine escorted in and the fire was put out. Debris was removed from the road was reopened. Maybe that entire disruption was less than 10 minutes. And that's how we want to keep it today. Cape Town is open for business. People are struggling enough, and we simply can't afford to lose more jobs and more economic opportunities because a political party has a desire to be relevant. You are always entitled to the right to protest. Lawful permission was given in terms of the protest march happening in the city, in the CBD, but you're never entitled to extort or coerce or threaten or intimidate people to try and be part of your protest march, or to prevent people or deny them their constitutional right to freedom of association and movement, and that we must not and will not tolerate. And for that purpose, we've put extensive operational measures in place to prevent these kind of disruptions. But it is sad that I think many of the things that the EFF is protesting against are things which over the last years they have in no small measure contributed to creating themselves. This morning they're creating a crisis of policing by having to repurpose these resources for their threats. And over the last years they have played no small role in creating a culture within which job creation and capital flight are serious problems.
Now, there were also reports that members of your Metro Police, as well as the LEAP officers and other City of Cape Town staff members, were out and about gathering tyres. How many tyres were you able to confiscate, and in which areas?
Citywide, communities reported many hotspots to us, and I think I personally forwarded 20, 30 of those reports. And so I think we gathered just on 5,000 tyres. There were also about 350 EFF posters that were illegally erected on city lamp poles, and we removed those. They did not comply with the permission process to do so. And the EFF will be fined 514 Rand per poster, which we will set about recovering from them. Equally today, if the protest march or any other activities lend or give rise to any damages, any malicious damage to property, whether public or private, we will do as we are doing in Brackenfell, pursue civil action against the EFF to recover those damages.
Thank you so much for your time. And that was the City of Cape Town's JP Smith, the MEC member for Safety and Security, speaking to us here at the Disaster Risk Management Centre. And this is where a lot of the areas, hotspot areas, are being monitored. But I also see the Mayor of Cape Town, Jordan Hill Lewis, is also here at the Disaster Risk Management Centre. Mayor, you were out and about with JP Smith earlier today. You happy with what you've seen?
Extremely happy and very, very proud of this team. Team Cape Town has pulled together tremendously, working with the SAPS. Tremendous coordination, cooperation between the city and SAPS, and all is quiet on Cape Town streets. There is absolutely no national shutdown as of 10:30. We've been getting lots of messages, very grateful Cape Townians that they have been able to go about their business safely. They are making deliveries around the city, they are getting to work and back and so on without incident. We've had a few very minor things, but all cleaned up and sorted out very quickly indeed.
Mayor, thank you so much for your time. And again, that was the Mayor of Cape Town, Jordan Hill Lewis, who's also here at the Disaster Risk Management Centre in Goodwood.
All right, Ayesha, thank you very much for that update. That's senior reporter Ayesha Ismail.